The greatest trick the devil ever played was making you believe he didn't exist. Making us believe he didn't exist. I don't know who said that, but it's a famous quote. And I do think it's key to understanding the times we are living in, this attention economy that we're in, because when we think about what's so valuable about our attention, that that attention is considered by entrepreneurs to be the new oil. Obviously, we see big tech vying for our attention every chance they get. And I guess usually it's thought of as a means for money. Obviously, that's a huge aspect of it. Attention is money. They want to sell us products. But that's one layer of it, in my opinion. The real, beneath that, if we look at it like a video game, level 1 is attention for your pocketbook or your finances. Level 2 is attention for your mind. And level 3 is for your spirit or your soul. And I really do think the ultimate battle we are in is one of our soul. It's a spirit war we are in, and really it's been sort of framed that way. This existence here on planet Strange, planet Earth, has been framed that way. I think it's the same as it ever was back in the days of Jesus and all that. It's just that the battlefield that we're on has gotten way more complicated and way more advanced. I think our attention really is sort of for control of our soul. Get yourself into a place where you can manifest your attention into working on a vision, or working on sort of your purpose here, your divine purpose, the purpose of your dreams and your goals. It's sort of the game that we're in. And I think that's why the reason for the greatest trick the devil ever played was in making you believe he doesn't exist, because when you don't know the game that you're playing, when you think it's just a sort of light game for your money, for instance. I mean, everybody can see that you can mention a product and then you're going to get ads for it on your phone. It's kind of almost like a misdirection, because then it's like, oh, they're just after your money. But so that's an easier thing to get lazy in the sort of battlefield, because whatever, you have control over your pocketbook ultimately. Maybe you don't think you're as easy to manipulate as all the other dupes out there, just falling into the marketing strategies of big tech. And that might be true, but the greatest trick the devil ever played was making you think he doesn't exist, was making you think that this battle really isn't for your soul, and that the stakes aren't as high as they actually are. Where you are in relationship to achieving your vision is kind of just a measuring stick, in a way, of that game. I think the advantage of knowing the game you're in, that this is a battle for your soul, goes a long way in preparing you to overcome it, to allowing you to defend yourself adequately and to be motivated, because it really comes down to motivation. And the distractions that we face now, imagine being like an old master like Van Gogh, Herman Hesse, or name anybody back in the day before big tech entered the picture. They had the benefit of boredom. You know, like the quote, "May you be blessed to live in uninteresting times." I never understood that quote until this last year, or the last couple of years. It always seemed like that seemed akin to saying, "May you be blessed to be bored," or may you be blessed to live in boring times. If you're constantly distracted, and the distractions are so good and so pervasive, and you fall into a sinful nature where you're motivated then to run away from yourself because you're mad at yourself, or you're full of regret, and dramas are striking, and then the news and the wars and the debates and on it goes, you're cursed, because the times are so interesting that you can never access your dreams. You can never sort of have a quiet moment unless you really are motivated to come into that quiet moment. You have to be extremely motivated to do that now. And so I think the only way to access that motivation is to frame the battlefield for your attention properly and what it actually represents. That it's for your soul. It's not for your pocketbook. I mean, it's for your pocketbook as well, but that's where it hits first. Its ultimate destination is your soul. And if you think that's too woo-woo, I would say you are suffering from the greatest trick the devil ever played, making you believe that he doesn't exist. Because, let's face it, he does. Straight talk.